child, the streets are saying that now that the marriage between Brat and Judy Jessica Dupart is going into shambles, she might as well just let us in on her dark evil past and why she decided to drop Judy's big behind. But does the Brat really want to speak on anyone's past given her own nasty past?
It was so quick that it just happened. Like, the bottle it just on top of my head. Why do you do it? I'm just standing there, relaxed and just open.
I'm going to need Y all to get seated and grab yourself some popcorn because this is one hot stinking mess, okay? Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen the rumors floating around claiming that the Brat and Judy are headed for a divorce. Allegedly, the Brat also wants full custody of their son, and for her to get full custody, she may have to prove that True would be better off with her than with Judy, and that's where Judy's diabolical evil ways come in.
You know what I mean? Bad enough, my child can't get a what's up, this game, type going, how things going. You know, all he got was lies, like, hey, I'm gonna take you here for your birthday. Never happened. I'm gonna take you here just because. Never happened. Everything y'all seen my child get, that's all he got. Everything that y'all seen him get. If y'all didn't see him get, he didn't get.
Why all I do not know why a lot of these scandals with Judy are just involving kids, but in one of her scandals, Judy was getting dragged through the mud for doing Lil James dirty.
We want to be done with that contract. The contract that everybody knows we signed that changed our life. And it was, no, there wasn't a case.
For those who recall, Lil James went viral when he was around 67 for being hilarious, and Judy reached out to his family, as she has done with many children before, to try to ride their coattails to promote her products. Apparently, once things were not going the way she wanted them to, she turned on Lil James and told him he wasn't funny. Sources were actually saying that she had this baby believing he was a failure, and based on how the mom spoke about the situation, Judy was pure evil. And to make matters worse, she locked Lil James in some contract to siphon the money he made to her. To add on to that, Lil James' mom also talked about the contract situation, and it was actually worse than what was already out there.
Forget somebody to quit my job. She got me to go work at her warehouse. Oh yeah, this not this part of commitment and structure. Because what she was given was not enough. So yeah, it was right. It don't tell you nothing because I ended up watching. So it was, I'm gonna pay your rent, which is $1,400. It was $1,400. I'm gonna pay you $1,500 for the program. We were supposed to be getting money off the shirts, but that's left real fast. And plus, it was funny because once we got the first big walk back of the shirt, we took us off guns for putting the money into the shirt. Then, like, amount went for shipping in half, and what was left, we had to split that in half. Although we was the ones running that warehouse shipping out the shirt. Then in the emails, it was, yeah, I get half, you get the other half, because we business partners. But once business partners moved, after she told me she would not move and leave me there by myself, it's like, girl, I don't have time for you. Like, I'm about to just get this one on to do this job, this one on to do this job. Only job we had was do the 4 posts for $1,500 a month. And learn how to work TikTok.
Allegedly, other than the situation with Lil James, another thing the Brat is bringing to light is how a child drowned in Judy's pool. And while it may have been an accident, what people found disturbing was how Judy tried to frustrate the mom and threw her former assistant and ex-best friend Shia Solich under the bus. There was even a lawsuit that was filed by the mom for wrongful death, and it clearly shows how Judy put the entire blame on Shia. For a bit of background, in the summer of 2018, Judy offered Shia a job with Kaleidoscope and asked her to move to New Orleans. She described her as her assistant, but Shayna did not have a specific job title and was not limited to getting cups of coffee. She provided event coordination services like arranging flights and hotel accommodations, and also helped manage Kaleidoscope operations by paying bills and handling invoices. Shia even provided her opinion with respect to the company's marketing and would overall perform a range of various duties whenever she needed to. According to the lawsuit, the 4-year-old child of Bovie and Kia Joan Juliet Walker drowned in Judy's pool on September 5, 2019, and on August 5, 2020, Judy was sued for wrongful death and survival damages resulting from Andy's death. What happened was that on that fateful day, Andy's mom arrived at Judy's Lakeview house in New Orleans to do her makeup. Shane and Solich worked with Judy at the time and was the one who had previously contacted Kia Walker to schedule Judy's makeup session, and Shia answered the door when she arrived. Apparently the Lakeview home included a backyard with a swimming pool that did not have a security fence or covering, and when Kia went with Andy into the house, she proceeded to a bedroom where Judy was already working with a personal stylist. Kia then began setting up for the makeup session, and Andy asked if she could see the house of swimming pool. Based on the lawsuit, Judy said she would accompany Andy to the pool once her mom finished applying her makeup, but before her makeup was complete, she told Shia, "Shay, bring Andy to the pool while I get my makeup done." So at some point after Andy left with Shia, Andy returned to the bedroom very quickly, maybe like a minute or two after leaving, and then Andy departed a second time shortly after returning. Kia presumed that Shayna was still monitoring Andy, but roughly 10 to 15 minutes after Andy left the room for a second time, Shia returned to the bedroom without Andy. When Shia returned, Kia questioned Shia as to Andy's whereabouts, and Shayna stated that she did not know where Andy was. Kia then rushed to the pool, but Andy had sadly already drowned. Now Ander, how the assistant and former BFF was set up. So in response to the lawsuit, there was a lot of information pointing to how Shao was the one who was watching Andy, and while Kaleidoscope argued that Shayna didn't have a duty of care, Kaleidoscope also argued that summary judgment was proper because Shayna was not in the course and scope of employment with Kaleidoscope at the time of Andy's death. Basically, they were trying to remove any and all responsibility from Judy and Kaleidoscope. In fact, Judy also filed a motion arguing that there were no facts or information that supported the proposition that she was liable for the alleged conduct of Shia, and she further maintained that she owed no duty to Andy. It gets even messier, because obviously after that incident, Shia and Judy started feuding, and a couple of years later, Judy names her son True Legend. For those who recall, 1 year after the Brat and Judy got married, the Brat announced that they were expecting their first child together. The baby was conceived through IVF using Judy's egg and the sperm from an anonymous donor from a cryo bank. The Brat even said about the pregnancy at the time, "I never thought I was going to have kids. I just thought it wasn't in the cards for me. I've had a great career, a full life. I felt like because I didn't get pregnant earlier on, then it just wasn't going to happen for me. I can't believe he came out of me. Feels like a dream. He's perfect in every way. The journey to motherhood has been more amazing than we could have ever imagined." But guess what? Shia has 2 sons named True and Legend. Coincidence? I don't think so. I'm honestly, knowing Judy, she probably named her son after her ex-BFF sons with full knowledge, as some weirdo move to seem dominant over another woman, like she knows the names of Sheena's kids. So why would she name her son after both her sons, knowing very well what happened between them? And I know that True and Legend are pretty common names nowadays, so I would understand if it was 1 name, but 2 names to a lot of people. This only proved that Judy has always been diabolical and evil. Baby Shia definitely saw what was happening there, and she responded in a post saying, "There are so many names in the world. My 2 sons' names did not have to be it. I advise you to back off. I don't do well with demons trying to attack my children. I am ready for war at this point." 1 name, I would say, okay, so many people have that name, but to take both of their names, all negativity will be blocked. My page, my peace, my kids. Don't mention others on this post. Now in a different post, Shia also threatened to expose Judy's evil ways when she wrote, "I'm so fed up with you and your wicked ways. I've kept quiet for years, no matter how many paid interviews or blogs wanted to, but you name your child after my children. Now you are going way too far." And it goes on. Allegedly, Judy also scammed a bunch of people and let others, including her former girlfriend, take the fall. Several blogs have actually reported that she is a pro scammer, and this may actually be her claim to riches. I even came across a thread that talked about how one ex of Judy went to prison for scamming with her, and when she came out and wrote a book, Judy allegedly bought every copy and sabotaged all her efforts simply because she didn't want folks reading about her fraud and how she set others up to dough time. And let's not forget about the suspicious arson at 2 hair salons she owned that landed her a settlement from her insurance company. Allegedly, this woman has always been a scammer, and a lot of people are saying that they wouldn't be surprised if her marriage to the Brat was just a calculated move. Basically, with the reports about their divorce, allegedly these are just some of the things the Brat has been saying behind the scenes, and given that she has been with Judy for a while now, she probably has even more dirt. Well, we also have people saying that the brat has no business exposing anyone's past because our own past is also sketchy as hell. Like, isn't this the same person that was arrested after? She reportedly got into a fight with a woman over VIP seats at a Georgia nightclub. At some point during the altercation, the brat is said to have woman over the head using a firearm, and the woman was taken to the hospital and received 6 stitches on her head. According to police, the brat jumped the woman for sitting in the VIP lounge and not leaving when her followers told her to leave. The following year, the brat pleaded guilty to reckless conduct, a misdemeanor, and was sentenced to 80 hours of community service, a $1,000 fine, and to spend a year on probation. Child Brad is also the same person who attacked one Shayla Stevens when she was working part-time as a waitress and hostess at Studio 72, a nightclub in Tucker owned by Jermaine Dupri. Reportedly, while working as a hostess at a private Halloween party at the nightclub, the brat attacked her unprovoked. As a result, Shayla filed a lawsuit against the brat. She received a 3-year prison sentence, followed by 7 years of probation and 200 hours of community service, and the brat was also ordered to undergo substance treatment, a mental evaluation, and anger management classes. Now, what really happened was that Shayla said that she was attempting to walk away from dabrat when dabrat a nearly full bottle of rum over her head. She further alleged that Jermaine Dupri and his security did not remove dabrat from the club and failed to protect her from dabrat during the altercation, and as if that wasn't bad enough, Jermaine failed to seek appropriate and timely medical treatment for her or to report dabrat to the authorities for fear of bad publicity for Studio 72. In her lawsuit, Shayla claimed trauma to the head, resulting in brain damage. She also sustained severe lacerations to her head and face, which resulted in permanent scarring and nerve damage. She argued that in addition to medical treatment and pain and suffering, her career as a professional cheerleader and actress was cut short due to her facial disfigurement, resulting in a loss of income. So, this is not someone who should be talking about anyone's criminal past, especially considering she hasn't even paid Shayla the million she was ordered to pay her anyway. As we wait to see how this separation unfolds, let me know what you think of Judy's criminal past and alleged evil nature. Do you think this is what caused the rift between her and the brat? And do you think this is something the brat should be exposing? Sound off in the comments section below, and thanks for watching our video.